Jai Sri Ram, friends. Welcome to Bharat Marg. We have Group Captain Dr. Sudhakar ji with us. Welcome. Swagatam आपके
Thank
लिए
you so
Dr.
much.
Sudhakar ji.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sabko namaskar.
Thank you. And Dr. Sudhakar, I will go through in detail with his credential. You are very lucky to have him, and he specializes. He specialize करते हैं leadership में. Our what he is doing, he will say himself. And today's topic is going to be बहुत सारा चीज हो रहा है behind the screen. We will discuss about it. ये जो PM Modi's master plan, leadership and discipline of young Bharat, इसी के बारे में बातचीत होगा आज. ओके, हमसे जुड़े रहें फोक्स. अगर अभी तक आप नहीं किए तो प्लीज लाइक द वीडियो, कमेंट ऑन द वीडियो, शेयर द वीडियो. जितना भी ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों तक शेयर कर पाएंगे, दैट विल हेल्प अस अ लॉट इन रीचिंग आउट टू द पीपल. ओके, उसके अलावा हमारा हर दिन का एक धार्मिक मैसेज भी आती है. उसको पाने के लिए आप +16479644790 अपना जो व्हाट्सएप नंबर है, it's our WhatsApp number, and you can send us a message with your name, what you where you are from, and what language you want. We support in many languages right now, in Tamil, English, Hindi, and I am so happy to let you know that coming month we will be starting in Telugu in full-fledged. Already we are doing work in Telugu, but we will be starting in full-fledged in Telugu too. Okay, and please subscribe the channel if you didn't already. Bharat Marg, we need your support. Support us with all the means what you can, because with your support only we can go ahead. Okay, Dr. Sudhakar, ex group captain from ex Air India, Indian Air Force, and I'm so excited to have you as a son of ex-serviceman. I'm always delighted to have a ex-serviceman on the on the show, and thank you for what you people are doing and giving your all you got plus a little bit more.
My
not
pleasure.
only during the service, the amount of things they depart after the retirement, also its significance, the service they do, and highly appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
People are asking, okay, let me ask you this one. Okay, लोग पूछते हैं कि राम जब रहे, राम का नाम जब रहे हैं, भगवान राम का नाम मोदी जी सारे जगह तिलक लगा के मंदिर जाते हैं, ये सब ठीक है. And what did he did for the future of Bharat? ये पूछते हैं कि leadership या discipline, if you want to take a cut above, if you want to move the nation to its Vishwaguru status, okay, that means the youngsters have to be motivated, they have to be taught, they have to be guided. What is he doing in terms of leadership? How he is approaching the Vishwaguru path to Vishwaguru?
In fact, in fact, I was wanting to use the word Vishwaguru, and you actually, took words from my mouth. I must compliment you for that.
Yeah, see, that is very simple, because great people think alike.
See, विश्वगुरु एक दिन में वैसे नहीं बन जाते हैं. विश्वगुरु बनने के लिए परिश्रम करना पड़ता है, and it requires a lot of effort, particularly in a country of 1.4 billion population, and with youth who are the future of the nation. And if we need to be the world leader, when we say Vishwaguru, we are looking at the in the capacity as a world leader, where the world looks up to India and takes guidance in the way we profess, in the way our philosophy tells us. We need to work in all spheres. It is a 360-degree effort. One of the important facets of that is, training the youth who are the future of the world, and it is they who will be propelling India to the next level of being a world leader or Vishwaguru. In that direction, Modi ji and the government of India has brought out this, Agnipath scheme. Agnipath scheme essentially entails training youth, majority of them, and giving opportunity and for for most of the youth who are patriotic but do not get opportunity to serve the motherland, this scheme gives them that opportunity in a phased manner in all the three services. And let me tell you, this scheme is also applicable to women in equal measure. Now there you get to see a lot of avoidable criticism from a few corners because of probably whatever is their understanding of Agnipath, while we cannot comment on that. But if you get into the facts of what it essentially is youngsters between the age of 17 and a half to 21 years of age are eligible to apply for this scheme. Once they get selected, they will be trained for a period of 6 months in various, whether it is Air Force or Army or the Navy, and they will be put on active duty for about 3.5 years. And about 25% of them, depending on their, consent and their performance during that phase of 3.5 years, 25% of them are retained, and others are given a huge package, what is called as Seva Nidhi, and they come into the open world to make their future. Now, if you look at it, this is the I try to oversimplify it, for easy understanding of the people who will be watching and listening. If you now expand the horizon of this scheme, uh, they come out with training, they come out with discipline, they come out with a good package of money, and they are well trained. They come out with a graduation certificate. They are easily employable immediately on coming out. Having said that, if you take any average student that we come across in the society today, there are, if I'm not exaggerating, there are over 1 lakh colleges in the entire country that offer graduation as as a course of academic progress.
Mhm.
In any of these graduation that we have all gone through, you have done graduation, I have done graduation, and we have done several years back. Even today, the syllabus by and large remains the same. This, while it gives you a degree, while it gives you an academic and theoretical knowledge of things, it does not give you any skill that is required for application in the market for employment. Agnipath, on the other hand, Agnipath scheme gives you the required skills, the required wherewithal, the required character building for the person to be able to gel into any society and be the leader in that society, in that organization, wherever he joins. Whereas at the age of 21, minimum 21, 22 years are required for a person to complete graduation. And when he completes the graduation, majority of them with the kind of skill sets that they lack, a lot of the colleges that are churning out graduates, they become by and large unemployable. On the other hand, Agnipath is completely, a game changer in that aspect. And if a person, consider a person entered into the Agnipath scheme at the age of 18, he works for 4 years and comes out. At the age of 22, he is highly skilled, highly disciplined, and he is ready and raring to go and be a part of active nation building. Every year, about 40. Yeah, sorry.
But Dr. Sudhakar, even many of the army leaders, like you, have come out and openly said that 4 years is not sufficient. They cannot be trained. They will be half cooked and those kind of things, right? But how do you say this is a step on the direction of developing, going to Vishwaguru? How can you say this?
Okay. No, that's a very pertinent question. See, it depends on which side of the issue that you are looking at. Now, no soldier, the moment he is inducted, he is getting into the sensitive areas of the operations. He will only those people who initially they something called as general duties. All the people, regardless of even before Agnipath scheme, initially when you are inducted, you will be doing general duties to get imbibed into various aspects. It is a gradated manner people get imbibed into the system. Those people who are retained after the Agnipath scheme is over, which is about 25% of them, they will be given the required, trade training. They required technological, intensive training. They required weapon system training. They required, sensor systems training for their furtherance into the organization. The Agnipath people will be filling up the the bottom spectrum of the organization. Like those people who are criticizing, they should understand that while this Agnipath scheme is for the soldier level, airman level, and the seaman level, at the level of officers in which we have all joined, this scheme of short service commission, wherein commission people used to get selected, they will be trained and they will serve for 5 years and then leave the Army, Navy, Air Force. It has been there for good almost 35 to 40 years. It is not new. So it is time that and there the numbers are lesser as compared to Agnipath, because the number of officers are always much lesser than the number of people who are in the soldiering this thing. So, yes. But otherwise, this is not new that has come into the system. It has always been there. At least by the time I joined in the 1988, it was there for 2 years before that, 2-3 years at least before that, at least in the Air Force. So it is not new. In the medical corps, it has been there for a very long time. So this is just adding some more systems to the existing policy. And in this, since the numbers are more, same number of most of those people who come out, you will find there is a distinct difference between how a soldier looks at a work and a person who is not a soldier looks at any work. The training is different, the character building is different. While I'm not saying anything against either way, but the point is that the way a soldier looks at how the job is to be done is little different from others, and he will be the best person to be employed for, because he will be trained, he will be skilled enough to take on any kind of a job.
Absolutely. But let me ask you one question in this, right? So if you have input, you can say, like countries like Israel, where it is a mandatory for taking the youngsters to serve, how long there the service lasts and how much impact those countries are able to produce?
See, this consecration, into the, the what do you call that? Conscription. A conscription into the service is there in some countries. Some countries have done away with it. UK, it used to have. Israel, I think it still has. They work for a few years and they come out. And whenever called upon, they might even go back if required.
I think Israel has dosal only.
Correct.
So mandatory dosal. Everybody has to.
Correct. See, and the kind of benefits that any individual, he is a 12th pass or a 10th pass, he gets into a system, works for he gets trained very well, he imbibes a lot of good skills, discipline, character, he earns money, and he comes out with good bulk of approximately 12 lakh rupees, and he comes out with a graduation certificate, he comes with a skill set, and he is available for work outside. In fact, we should all welcome that. Otherwise, he would have otherwise gone to the college somewhere. A person who is 17 and 18 years old, after 12th class, he would have gone to some college, finished a degree, and he would have come out with just a degree, without any skill, without any money, and he would be generally unemployed. As against that,
most of the time, these kids watch TV, eat junk food, and put weight and all those things.
Correct. And now, compared to that, you have what to call a set of people who are coming out, who entered very young, coming out at the age of about 21, 22, say about 23 at the most, with training, with skill, with money, and most of the home ministry, paramilitary forces, and a lot of state government police organizations, they are offering jobs in their domain. They will be readily fitting into those kind of jobs. In fact, not only those, I'm sure they will fit into any kind of industry or corporate world. because they are
वो
trained enough. Yeah,
सी मेरा पिताजी आके कनाडा बैंक में मैनेजर बन गए, मतलब वो
you see,
क्लर्क में ज्वाइन हुए, बहुत
see,
सारा
absolutely,
एक्सर्विसमेंट, and my dad's branch was selected as one of the best branch in Asia, and he
absolutely,
credits.
because yeah, and credit to him, because he has that ethos. Like I'll tell you, work is not a problem. The character and the ability, the zeal and the skill set that are required to work. If a person is having, he can do any kind of a thing. Not a problem at all. Like
मगर
you have me as an example. I I,
हम्म,
I what to call that? Where I am presently doing service, which has got nothing to do with the
means
military
you
background.
you you are you are an ahobilam mutt. I saw
Yeah,
you. It's
true,
unbelievable.
true.
And
So
yep.
it is a personal transformation for me, and I bring my set of values, my set of skill sets, my set of understanding into the system that I am working in to mutually grow. The system grows, you learn, and the system learns. And that is how every Fauji is trained. You need to do value addition wherever you are.
एब्सोल्युटली, दैट्स इनकर। मेरा ये बात है कि आपका अगर डेटा है तो आप जरा बता सकेंगे हमें कि ये जो यंगस्टर्स हैं वो कितना इंथुसियास्टिक हैं ये अग्निपथ के प्रोजेक्ट के ऊपर।
It is
डू यू सी?
oversubscribed by several times. It is
Oh really?
oversubscribed by several times. Yeah, yes, absolutely. And I can tell you, the girls are so enthusiastic to join. The first batch of girls passed out in December last month. So
वाह।
in the Air Force. So without exception, in all the three services, there is tremendous amount of enthusiasm.
वाह।
And we should understand that people are seeing through a tunneled vision and probably understanding it through that prism, because of which they are not finding this. If you look at only pension as the purpose of joining the armed forces, then probably they are seeing it in through a different prism. Whereas if you see in the holistic bird's eye view perspective, where armed forces are now being used to channelize youth for training, development, orientation towards nation building.
मगर
Only
मगर लेट मी आस्क यू दिस डॉक्टर सुधाकर, जब आप ज्वाइन हुए थे आपका उम्र क्या हो सकता है जब आप ज्वाइन किए
I
थे,
joined,
और उस वक्त क्या आपको उस वक्त वैसा विजन था या आप पेंशन के लिए ज्वाइन किए? मींस लेट्स
no,
बी ऑनेस्ट, आई जस्ट वांट टू नो द
yes,
माइंडसेट।
yes, yes. In fact, pension, when I joined, pension was available in every government organization. I didn't have to join Air Force for that. Okay. And I joined at the age of little over 21.
वाह।
I finished my graduation. Those days, graduation was the minimum qualification. You need to be a first class graduate to join,
फॉर
to
ऑफिसर राइट,
apply.
फॉर
For
ऑफिसर।
officer, for officer, a first class graduate to be eligible to apply at those days. And I did that. I also had an NCC background that helped me definitely. And the very fact that I joined NCC should give you a suggestion that, my orientation was to serve. And other things are a spin-offs of all those years that I've spent in the armed forces. I spent good about close to 36 years I wore uniform.
Wow. Magar, 36 years is a long time. My dad served for 15 years, so
88 to
36.
2088, for January 88 to August 2023. So
Wow.
close to 36 years.
मगर आप बोलिएगा, just take your first 5 years of time, right? Keep come to compare apple to apple kind of thing. तो आपको क्या, आप you were younger, you were just 21, you wanted to change the world, and that's a mindset. आपको क्या क्या discipline उधर से मिला, कैसा आप बदले थे पहला 5 साल में, अगर आप बोल सकते हैं?
It is there is a lot of unlearning and learning that happens in the initial phases, because you people what to call that, every person in every job is sourced from this society at large. We are all, we were all a part of civil society, and we had a different way of living, different kind of thinking, different orientation. Now, once you join the armed forces, everybody is equal. There is no, what to call it. All the trainees are treated at par. No financial, your financial background, your religious background, your cultural background does not matter. You are first a officer cadet, and you are trained as such, and you will be treated as such. And once you go into your field, tenures, there your mentors will be your immediate bosses. I have been taught even by the Javans initially. You learn because they are the people who are ustas, they are the people who are experienced. Like, if your father was in the Air Force, I would have probably learned a few things from him if I worked with him, because he
Oh,
had a longer experience. It is not at that, you see, status difference is one thing, but experience cannot be replaced with,
yeah, yeah.
with, so
Dr. Sudhakar, you're absolutely 200% right, because when I finished my engineering and joined as a rookie engineer in a industry, I had to learn from mechanic because they know much better than me.
correct,
I
absolutely.
was just a theory guy.
Correct, absolutely, and that is how we have learned. In fact, I will give you one example. When I joined, my first posting was at Baroda. When I joined, my boss told me, every day you will work with one Jawan for 1 month. I was working, what to call it, with this person. Whatever he was doing, he will what to call it, show me, and I have to do his work. So you what to call it, learn like that. And you, in the process, you unlearn your egos, you unlearn your what to call that, your biases, and you that is how the team accepts you as their superior. Unless you prove yourself to be better in the job that they are doing, how can you expect to be accepted as their superior? You can't just wear rank and say I'm your boss. You should behave
Absolutely.
like one, and you should perform like one, and you should show that you can be of use and help and lead them to a better future.
Absolutely. Magar, keeping that aside, now let it coming to the larger thing. ये कैसा हो सकता है कि what is the just put yourself in PM Modi's shoes. I know it is a large one to fill.
That's
Magar,
impossible.
Magar, what should be his thought process? Why he is doing this? What is he expecting? अगर 10% ज्यादा भी हो रहा है, जो रिक्रूटिंग होगा अग्निपथ का हर साल का 10% इंक्रीज होने वाला है, राइट? तो इसका मतलब क्या है? भारत
Simple.
आज और 10 साल के बाद कैसा हो सकता है?
It is a very brilliant question, and in my understanding, we have approximately Army, Navy, Air Force put together approximately 1.5 million. Okay. Now, if the intake of Agniveers will continuously go up, and it will have what to call that, two-phased benefits. In increasingly the number of people, for example, even if leave alone 500,000, 1 million every 4 years get added to the civil society as well trained, well equipped, well synthesized people raring to build the nation. Just imagine what happens after 10-15 years.
Wow. So,
So
and these people will be like a reserve also, right? In terms of
absolutely, absolutely. It will have a snowball effect in nation building and being the in the longer prospect of being Vishwaguru. See, these things are not to be looked at short term. These are all very long term strategic, ideologies, and we should look at it like that. And just imagine 10 million getting, 1 million getting added, every 4 years in the civil society. They will influence another 3-4 million on daily basis. Because if a person having 12 lakh rupees, 2-3 people get together and they do a startup, they employ 10 people, they will imbibe those values in those 10 people. That is how the what to call that, spoken wheel effect will take place. It snowballs into a better world, better environment, better ecosystem, better society, a safer society.
एंड अब जब इसराइल के ऊपर ये जो हमला हुआ है गाजा से, इमीडिएटली इसराइल कॉल्ड ऑल द रिजर्व्स,
Correct.
Millions of them came in,
Correct. Correct.
hundreds of thousands of them rather.
Correct.
So just can you put that in perspective with Bharat?
Yes.
What could be?
Yes. See, I'll tell you, Israel, by the nature of the size of its, country and the size of its population, they will need the reserves to come and fight for them. That with 1.5 million, including all the three services and paramilitary forces put together, the requirement may not come up unless we have a war on, 2.5 fronts, that which is, not likely to happen in the immediate future. But in case it is called for, the reserve is always available. You have a huge reservoir. And what to call that, without question, no, I can tell you 100% of those people will come and do more than their best. More than 100% they will give to the country first. Rest all can wait.
Absolutely. Dr. Sudhakar, as a last question I will ask you, अगर आप ये यंगस्टर्स जो ये वीडियोस देखते हैं उनको बताते हैं तो उनका जिंदगी कैसा बदलेगा, क्यों उनको इसको एडवांटेज लेना है और मोदी जी का विजन में पार्टिसिपेट करना है, अगर आप बोल सकते हैं तो जरा सा।
उनका जिंदगी संवारना है, अपना जिंदगी सुधारना है, अपने आप को काबिलियत बनाना है, अपने आप को देश का व्हाट टू कॉल दैट एक हैपनिंग हिस्सा बनना है, ये स्कीम उनके लिए है।
Wow. Folks, Dr. Sudhakar can wrap it up this one. I have a last word. अगर आप इस वीडियो को देख रहे हैं तो मेरा लास्ट वर्ड है कि नेवर थिंक ओनली अबाउट लाइक अ स्टीरियोटाइप, वो डॉक्टर बनना है, इंजीनियर बनना है, मींस दोस आर ऑल ग्रेट, बट देयर आर ऑप्शंस आउटसाइड, I think youngsters should grab it, and your life is not going to be same again. And I want to have last word from Dr. Sudhakar to complete this episode, because I want to go to his core subject, that is leadership. That's his core subject. In that perspective, your final word, Dr. Sudhakar.
See, I will take a few from your last, what to call that, what you spoke in the last 30 seconds. If I am given a chance to live all over again, I will join the same service. I will, serve the same service and do everything possible. Probably I will improve wherever I consider I could have improved. I will, avoid those mistakes and improve further and do service to the nation. That's how I look at, my Indian Air Force. I would like to proudly call it as. And you being a, son of a, air warrior yourself, and you have grown up in Air Force camps, you will know how we look at the kind of bond that we have developed with the service and with the nation over these years. Now, coming to the leadership aspect, every person in their own capacity is a leader and or has potential to become a leader in his own field and in his own what you call the area of influence. It is just that they should understand and work in that direction to create the influence that they have skill in. And you can take several lessons from our Prime Minister as far as that that aspect of leadership in various facets of life. His personal examples are several. We can finish the night talking about how he has conducted himself as far as the leadership aspects are concerned. I mean, leading a nation of 1.4 billion is not everybody's domain. But in your own domain, in your own small area, if you can do your best, that is the best way to contribute to nation building.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Sudhakar, for joining us and sharing your wisdom. I'm looking forward to seeing you again.
Thank you so much. My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you, viewers. Thank you so much. Jai Shri Ram.
Looking forward to seeing you again. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram.